I'll report you to Nadine. I just want your leg bones to be okay. I brought the tiger. Really, you got somebody on the organ now? Hey man, you're gonna pay for dinner. You're gonna pay. No.
And if we want to make America great again, we gotta have a different version of a manifest destiny, or another version of a continental railroad type of thing, and in which we're bringing the cities with the urban with the suburban, the urban with the rural, you know, and because there is just so much going on in this country, and as much as social media is connecting us, it is also dividing us, you know, type of thing, you know. Hey yo, what's up guys? So I'm coming to you another video. We're talking about politics. Politics is pop culture. So we're talking about Kevin McCarthy, the new Speaker of the House. You know, it took 15 times to get this through. So we're going to take a look at that a little bit from Sky News, a little bit of bad lip reading. And so with that said, shall we begin? But first, of course, if you're new to my channel, what is up? My name is Mitch, Maverick Mitch. Hey Mitch, all the Mitches, the call sign dog, and pretty much I like talking about what I like talking about. So, current events, reviews, pop culture, social political commentary, be sure to check out all those videos as you're finishing this video. And of course, please like, share, and subscribe as it feeds the algorithm. So with all that said, let's get into it.
Republican Kevin McCarthy will become Speaker of the US House of Representatives after garnering the support of his colleagues on a historic 15th vote. The verdict was declared after the 15th round of voting as the newly elected Speaker finally gained the support of his colleagues.
Also, just real quick on that, you know, I've been following this at work. You know, I don't know how everyone else is at work, but at least it was something entertaining that we're going through all this, watching all this moment and everything. And obviously, I also watch Boebert on Michael Knowles' show, talking about all the things that why she's a man and why she's kind of like dissenting and all that stuff. And so let's take a look at some of this and continue.
A late night vote proved to be the charm for Republican leader Kevin McCarthy, elected to be the next Speaker of the House and ending a Republican stalemate.
The Honorable Kevin McCarthy of the state of California, having received a majority of the votes cast, is duly elected Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Members spent the past 4 days holding round after round of votes. There were contentious floor speeches as the split in the GOP was laid out publicly on which direction and leadership style they want.
Selflessness is not selling shares of yourself to the lobby corps and then doing their bidding at the expense of the American people.
So I'll just also chime in there, you know, when it comes to a lot of the rhetoric coming from the left and right, and so it's interesting that the left says like, oh, the right is in chaos, they are in dismay, they are fractured or whatever, but at the same time, we can go right back to the left and the Democrats saying like, okay, so which side is actually for like critical thinking, can actually have independent thought? Y'all in lockstep, that's good, but y'all have to be like, you cannot dissent, you can't go away from the cult, you know? But here we are, like, even when Trump, and they say that Trump and the Trump MAGA people is all a cult, Trump said vote for McCarthy, and here we have the Freedom Caucus says no, we want the concessions we have. And then if you haven't seen Lauren Boebert's explanation, go ahead, check that out as far as what was all of this going behind the scenes, especially back in the summer where she was explaining. And again, like, there was Kevin thought that he was a shoo-in, right? They thought there was a red wave coming, you know, and they thought he didn't needed to concede to any of the people to garner his votes.
When he saw that the $300 million that he raised did not produce the red wave that he promised, he realized quickly he's going to need our votes. And so some concessions were put into play. It was very difficult to get them into play. It was difficult to get them approved with our rules process, the way Washington, D.C. operates and functions. We want to fundamentally change this town. It is broken. It is less popular with the American people than cockroaches. So we have to get something right here, and we cannot go along with the status quo. Well, on January 2nd, two of my fellow colleagues and myself, Matt Gaetz, Scott Perry, we walked into Leader McCarthy's office after whipping votes all day long and handed him 218 votes. We said, here it is. Let's seal the deal. Here's some common sense issues that you can put forward, some promises that you can make. Single member motion to vacate. So there is accountability on the third in line to the presidency of the United States. You cannot demand more responsibility and follow Nancy Pelosi's precedents of less accountability. So this is our check and balance on the speaker. And that was a priority for me personally, certainly, and for many others. But then things like bring the Texas border plan to the floor for a vote. Bring a term limits bill to the floor for a vote. Any member who wants to reduce spending in an amendment will make that amendment in order so we can bring it to the floor and have a vote. Earmarks, bring them to the floor individually for a vote. This is spending money that we do not have. So let's at least have a vote on it instead of packing it into a bill where we have no option to either swallow the whole thing or say no way.
But lo and behold, he did. You know, he put himself in this situation. He also was occupying. He was so confident. He was already put himself in the speaker seat office, right? And so, like the fact that he's so smug, it's just like it feels like. And we're gonna go into some of his like dialogue speech and everything. It just feels like it's all about him instead of the people. You know.
Republicans have tried to spin the chaos as democracy in action.
I think that what these guys have done this week, I think it's going to make us a better House of Representatives in the future.
McCarthy has been working on a deal with the House Freedom Caucus on committee assignments, rule changes, and how they want to balance the federal budget.
The Speaker is the most important and the most powerful person in the building, and there needs to be an accountability unlike any other.
After everyone is sworn in, McCarthy has said he wants Republicans to get to work on revoking new funding for the IRS, which was part of the Inflation Reduction Act.
And will not always be found in Washington. That's why one of our very first hearings will be held on the southern border.
So I didn't watch a lot of this, but I got to this point of in this particular video, and that sounds good. We'll see if he actually follows through, but obviously that's good. We need to get back on track, right?
No more ignoring a crisis of safety and sovereignty. We must secure our border. We must get America back on track. Now, on a personal note, to my family, here and at home, to Judy, Megan, Connor, Emily, my brother Mark, Monica, Zach, and yes, my mom Bert. I am where I am because you are who you are.
You know, and again, this is what I'm trying to get at. Like, obviously you can be proud of what your accomplishments and all that stuff, and a portion of this is like giving back for the people. Like, this is for the people. He says this like we're supposed to do what we're supposed to do and all that stuff. But I can't help think this is more of the same. Like, when it comes to the establishment, when it comes to all of this stuff, right? And so, yeah.
You can stand. I'd also like to thank my constituents in California's Central Valley. Yes, and especially my hometown of Bakersfield. I don't know if you're
Oh, hey,
familiar with
Bakersfield.
music,
we're going to fast forward a little bit.
About our future. I am a son of a firefighter. To serve you, the people. We come here with the support of our families and the faith of our neighbors to be their voice in Washington. I'll be honest, it's not how I had it planned. I want you to remember this moment.
I want you to remember this moment as well, Mr. Speaker. That you should be accountable for all the things that hopefully y'all made with everyone else. Like, and do, like, you better do something for the GOP. Like, that's what, when it comes down to it.
Your loved ones are about to make history. And we will work every day to make you proud. You see, it's where I do it. I like to do it at night when people aren't around. I like to look over and look at the clock. Because that's the same clock and same view that Abraham Lincoln saw. I've watched Lincoln serve in the greatest challenge to our Constitution, the Civil War. I've watched him take peoples who were rivals and put them together. I watched in a time that he did not know if a nation could sustain itself, but he dreamt of a future and built a railroad across the nation. I want us to all take a moment one time that you are here. I want you to stand there. I want you to look. And I want you to think. If America could do it then, we can do it now one more time.
That was the newly elected House Speaker, Kevin.
Okay, cool. I agree with that, right? I appreciate all of those things. Again, it comes a little bit like, the way that I interpret this, like, is, if you're trying to build a nation together, that's great. If you're here just saying like all about me type of thing, I have issues with that. But I wish he kind of went a little bit further in that, you know, like we're living in another civil war, not against bullets, not against like violence in particular, hopefully not, but in ideology. And if we want to make America great again, we got to have a different version of a manifest destiny, or another version of a Continental Railroad type of thing, and in which we're bringing the cities with the urban with the suburban, the urban with the rural, you know, and because there is just so much going on in this country, and as much as social media is connecting us, it is also dividing us, you know, type of thing, you know. I kind of think he can just go a little bit further, but overall, I thought it was fine. Like I said, accountability. I hope he does what he does, saying things like in the beginning where he's saying we should have a meeting at the southern border. Obviously, I agree with that. And just moving the country forward. And that's all I'm for here, right? And so less of establishment, right? Less of this and actually an actual positive change and patriotism, God, family, country in this country was something that we desperately need. So I'll just end it there. If you have finished this video, thank you for watching. You follow me. You can follow me on my Instagram at HeyMitch. I'm also on Twitter, Maverick Mitch. And see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Peace, peace, peace. Be with you. Ikaw espiritu tuo.
A really rich doctor said you were a bummer, and I think you don't know algebra. No, we're talking science, bud. The science of what? Is that a tiger? One of your friends promised me I could flick you in your face. Absolutely, you may not do that. Say any cereal name. Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You're like people in the 12th century. Why'd he say it like that? You're a formulated pickle popper.
He's a storm cloud.
I don't like you, dude. And there's a tiger. Oh, that's it. You two guys sent the tiger.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
Brad,
I'm a horrible person.
Brad, I'll report you to Nadine. I just want your leg bones to be okay. I brought the tiger. Really, you got somebody on the organ now? Hey man, you're gonna pay for dinner. You're gonna pay. No!